I have to see my ex every week. How do I not let it affect me so much? Too long didn't read. Seeing my ex messes me up. She lives in my apartment complex. I see her maybe once or twice a week. Every time I run into her I just nod and wave and keep going. It's been 5 weeks since we broke up. I absolutely hate seeing her. It makes me feel like I'm going to throw up. She's the one that wanted all this. Every time I see her I think oh, I'm giving off the signal I don't want to talk to her by keeping walking or driving the other way. But the thing is, she already told me she doesn't want to be with me. I have to keep my dignity and not try to talk her out of it. But oh man, is it hard, every single time. Such a weird experience. I think to myself, oh yeah, Terry's that person that lives over there that I thought I would spend the rest of my life with. Nope, can't talk to her, keep moving. And she never reaches out after I see her, which feels like more rejection each time. Does anyone have any suggestions? No, I can't break my lease and move. I couldn't afford that. Thank you. This sucks. But she's doing the right thing, even if it feels cruel, by not keeping in touch. Clearly you're hurting. Would staying friends make it any easier? I'm sure she'd rather have a clean slate and let you heal too. Not anybody's fault that you live in the same building. Gotta do all the classic breakup shit. Pick up some new hobbies. Get in touch with old friends. Watch a sappy movie and cry your eyes out. In a year you won't even think of her. I appreciate your response. I believe you when you say a year I won't even think of her, but do you think me seeing her weekly like this, even it's just in passing, will hinder my progress? Change up your routine as much as you can. If you run into her as you leave for work, start leaving earlier. Start leaving your apartment at different times for errands, gym, etc. Basically, you already have a general idea of her schedule, so make yours the complete opposite. In the meantime, save money like crazy and look for a new apartment to prepare in advance. Work on bettering yourself, and every time you do see her, just give an indifferent nod and be on your way. Don't dwell on thinking about her or your past. You broke up for a reason. You will eventually find someone amazing who loves you as much as you love them. She doesn't want to be with you. It sucks and it hurts, but there's nothing you can do about it. No amount of begging or pleading your case will change that. So from now on, she is dead to you. No hellos, no waves. She is somebody you used to know. Go to the gym, improve yourself, dress better, etc. Soon you'll just feel good. Maybe she'll see it and feel bad, or maybe you'll be so focused on yourself you'll be over it. Either way, it's a good shout to improve yourself. This is a really difficult situation, but it seems like you're taking the best approach to handling it. That doesn't make the pain any better, but it does mean that the alternatives, trying time, start a conversation, running away when you see her, etc., would make you feel even worse. There are some things in a breakup that you just have to power through. This sounds like one of them. I know you can't break your lease, but you should plan on moving when it's up. Maybe start looking now, at least by browsing apartments online, just to give yourself a fresh start to look forward to. My girlfriend 20F says I 21M am gaslighting her and being manipulative. So this morning I got a text from my girlfriend. She was upset at her sister for eating her food while she told her not to. I validated her feelings and I was trying to comfort her, but when she is mad at one thing or person, everyone gets it. The food that got eaten was something I bought her, so I said I'll buy her some more. I'm sorry her sister did that. Me and my girlfriend can't see each other often because of her mom being against her dating right now, so we have to do it in between. Sneaky. So because of that she replied to my offer to buy more with that does nothing for me. Never get to see you anyway. I replied to that word for word, yes, can't see each other often, but even if it's half an hour I'll buy some more and be your delivery man, haha. She got really angry at the haha at the end, saying I was like everyone else and I am just laughing at her. I tried to clarify that I was in fact not laughing at her at all, and I said haha because of the delivery man line. She wasn't having it and said I am manipulating and gaslighting her. She demanded an apology after going off on me and I said I'm sorry if it seemed like I was laughing at you. That was not my intention, that was the exact text I sent her. Now she is going off about how it shouldn't matter what it was, she is hurt and that's final. It should be my priority to tend to her and just apologize. I find that a bit strange, so I am asking you guys for advice. What do I do in this situation? Too long didn't read. Girlfriend got mad at her sister for eating food I bought her. After consoling her, I offered to get her more with a haha at the end. She accused me of laughing at her and gaslighting her. She sounds utterly exhausting. Your GF is immature and doesn't know how to handle her emotions. If anything, she's the one manipulating you. You literally did what she asked by supporting her and saying you would take time out of your day to get her the food she wanted and deliver it to her. She needs to figure out her emotions and stop taking them out on you. You should have a frank discussion about this before it gets worse. She is hurt and that's final. It should be my priority to tend to her and just apologize. Your girlfriend is wrong, and that is actually what being manipulative looks like. I get why she's upset about her sister eating her food, but you handled it totally normally, emo, so your girlfriend's reaction was way off base. Just because she is your girlfriend doesn't mean you need to cater to whatever irrational feeling she has about something. She's an adult and needs to learn how to handle her emotions better. She got really angry at the haha at the end, saying I was like everyone else and I am just laughing at her. This is a good example of that. Or just like everyone else is something manipulators say, by the way, because they're hoping the other person would say no I'm not, and then try to prove how they are not. Gaslighting and manipulative behavior are serious things, and your girlfriend is trivializing them by throwing them around like that. She sounds super immature and would drive me crazy. You were making a joke in an attempt to cheer her up. It's obvious that was your intent, but in the heat of the moment it got misinterpreted. That's not gaslighting or manipulative. It should be my priority to tend to her and just apologize. No, that's not how support works, and it's not what an apology is for. Supporting a partner that cannot support themselves is the exception and not the rule in a relationship. Supporting someone at the cost of yourself is also the exception. You do it for short periods because life happens, but the norm is both partners contribute to the emotional well-being of the other. Apologies are for showing remorse and taking responsibility for something wrong you did. It's not for making the other person feel better. Apologizing when you did nothing wrong just creates resentment and more problems later. If this sort of thing is normal for her, then break up. She's not mature enough to be in a relationship. My partner, 28M, UK, said that I've, 23 FPH, ruined his life and that he hates me because he is now in debt due to the 3 trips he's taken to see me during our LDR. How do I recover from his hurtful words? Context: I met my partner while doing postgrad studies in London last year. He wanted to continue doing an exclusive LDR after my departure from the UK, and I agreed. Since my return to Manila, he's visited me in the Philippines twice, and we've met up in Spain once. I've bought tickets to be with him for 1 month in London this coming holiday season. I make considerably less than him due to the fact I work in the Philippines and I just started my first job last year, so he offered to help me pay for my visa fees and travel insurance. I shouldered my visa fees first and bugged him last weekend, in what I thought was a light teasing way, to pay me back already, since I'm quite strapped for cash due to my upcoming trip to see him. This made him immensely angry and he had a bit of an outburst. He revealed that apparently he's in a massive financial black hole because he'd taken loans just to visit me in the Philippines. I was totally unaware, and that I've ruined his life and that he hates me, and that if we break up his finances/savings would have gotten totally wrecked for nothing. It really caught me off guard because he played it cool during the visits, like he could afford everything, and during those trips he'd pick above average accommodations, choose the fanciest restaurants, and all these other bougie things which I appreciate but aren't necessarily my lifestyle. In fact, I'd always seen him as the type to want way more high-class stuff while I'm still very much happy to stay in a hostel, go out on a budget, etc. For our Madrid meetup last year I chose Spain specifically so that it'd be cheaper for my partner to join me as he's from the UK, but he's saying now that even the trip he could barely afford. While he was getting angry at me, he just brought up a whole bunch of past issues and kept blaming me for ruining his life due to making him spend for things he couldn't actually afford, when in reality I didn't ask for anything fancy really, and I'm the type used to budgeting things, 5 years younger, only graduated from uni 2 years ago, still at my first job. I feel like he's getting mad at me for his own tactics to impress me, and now I'm scared to give him any obligations as my LDR boyfriend, to expect Christmas gifts even, because he might play victim again and blame me for ruining his life down the line. It's a really strange situation because I thought our relationship was pretty much smooth sailing until all the finance issues came to light. While drunk he called me to say I fucking love you and I have no regrets, but you've ruined my life. I wish sometimes I hadn't fallen in love, life was easier when I knew I couldn't fall in love, etc. He apologized for the outburst the next day and said it's my fault, I'm a 28-year-old man living at home, if I was more responsible this wouldn't be the case, it's on me to sort it out. We agreed to finally create a proper budget when we meet up again this December, and he said his upcoming salary raise can help pay the loan in less than a year. So that part is okay I guess. But these past few days I've constantly gotten distracted at work because his angry words keep replaying in my head. Especially the I've ruined his life bits and all the I hate yous. How do I recover from it? Just time. Too long didn't read. My partner said really hurtful things to me when guilt tripping me for financial issues. What can help me get over it? You simply aren't responsible for financial decisions he made without telling you and that got him in trouble. Sorry that is so brief, but it's the entire truth here. Would you have wanted him to take out loans to do these things and tar Jay on that debt? If the answer is no, then you've got nothing to feel guilty about. He's just shitty with money. Never should have gone if he couldn't foot the bill. If he cared about you, he'd see all time with you as time well spent. This is not a normal argument. Full stop. As others have said, his financial decisions are his alone, but I think he already addressed that according to the end of your post, so I won't bother. What I'm more focused on is the content of his outburst. Saying, I hate you is not normal or healthy. Telling you that you ruined his life is not normal or healthy. His outburst was abusive. If this is super out of character for him and you want to give him another chance, now is the time for firm boundaries. Make it clear that he has some relationship repairing to do, and that's the last time he speaks to you that way or you're gone. And mean it. If you don't feel as though you can continue the relationship, that would be absolutely understandable. And if this is normal for him, please leave. It won't get better. That's a massive red flag. I think you did not do anything wrong. You did not pressure him to spend, and he should just have been more open about how much he can afford. It sounds like in a way he is trying to make you feel so guilty that it will guarantee you will stay with him. He spent money to see you and now he wants a return on his investment basically. You don't owe him anything, and you should feel free to leave. You could speak to him, but honestly I am not sure I would even bother. Red flag alert, police light, triangular flag on post. This is not a healthy relationship, it is gaslighting, it is abusive. Seriously consider if you want to spend your life with someone who displays this sort of behavior to you.